You wake up at 3 a.m. again, heart pounding, bank account bleeding, another woman gone, another promotion given to someone who smiles more than you do. You reach for the phone, scroll, numb the ache. But the ache stays, because desire owns you. It whispers that the next purchase, the next body, the next hit of approval will finally make the emptiness stop screaming. It lies, and you believe it. Miyamoto Musashi died alone on the 5th day of the 5th month, 1645. Reclined against a pillar in Higo province, blood seeping from old wounds that never fully closed, 61 duels without a single defeat. The greatest swordsman Japan ever bore. Yet in his final weeks he wrote the Dokkodo 21 rules carved into his soul with the same cold precision he once used to carve men in half. 19 days before death, he penned the 5th precept and underlined it twice. Be detached from desire your whole life long. He knew he had tasted every desire a man can chase: glory, women, mastery, revenge, and still sat alone in a cave at age 60, writing by candlelight, while the world outside celebrated legends that were not him. He was not bitter. He was free. You are not. Listen, in the spring of 1612, Musashi was 28, already feared, already hunted. He walked into the lotus marsh near Kyoto to face Sasaki Kojiro, the man who wielded the 3-foot nodachi called drying pole. Thousands gathered on the shores of Ganryu Island to watch the demon of the Miyamoto school finally die. Musashi arrived late deliberately. He carved a longer oar from driftwood, turned it into a weapon, and rowed himself across while the sun climbed. Kojiro burned with the desire to prove himself the finest blade alive. His grip tightened, his breath shortened. He wanted the kill more than he wanted the next heartbeat. Musashi stepped onto the sand barefoot, hair loose, no swords at his waist, only the wooden oar across his shoulder. He smiled not with warmth, but with the calm of a man who desired nothing. Kojiro charged. One strike. The nodachi sliced air. The oar fell like winter thunder. Kojiro's skull split. His dream died with him. Musashi bowed to the corpse, wiped the blood from the wood, and walked away without looking back. The crowd was silent. They had come to see desire crowned. They watched desire buried instead. That day taught the world what the Dokkodo later sealed. Desire is the hidden wound that kills you long before the blade ever touches skin. Lesson 1. Desire distorts perception. Musashi wrote, "In all things, perceive directly. Do not be clouded. When you want her approval, you see a goddess where a human stands. When you want his respect, you hear praise where only silence falls. When you want the money, the car, the body, the followers, your eyes lie to you. The target moves, your strike misses. You standing, clutching phantoms. Modern proof. Watch the man who needs the promotion. He rehearses answers in the mirror, checks the clock every 30 seconds, refreshes his inbox like a junkie. The panel smells the desperation the way wolves smell blood. They choose the calm one. They always do. Ignore this, and every room you enter will sense your hunger and turn away. You will grow old begging for scraps from tables that never had a seat for you. Lesson 2. Desire breeds hesitation. Musashi, do not regret what you have done. Do not wish for what you do not have. In the duel at Ichijoji Temple, 1611, he faced 70 swordsmen of the Yoshioka school alone. 70 blades sworn to erase the insult he had delivered their master. Most men would have wanted survival so fiercely they would freeze. Musashi wanted nothing. He walked forward at dawn, rain soaking his yukata, and cut the first 3 before the rest understood the fight had begun. He killed 12, maimed dozens, ended a lineage that had stood for centuries. He did not celebrate. He did not mourn. He simply sheathed the blade and disappeared into the mist. Today you hesitate because you want her to stay, want him to apologize, want the scale to read 10 pounds less. That half second of wanting is the half second death needs. A job interview lost, a boundary unenforced, a life surrendered in slow motion. Keep desiring outcomes and watch opportunities die while you clutch at ghosts. Lesson 3. Desire chains you to the past and future, never the ground beneath your feet. Musashi spent years perfecting the two-sword style because he desired to be unmatched. Then, at 50, he abandoned it, threw away the very technique that made him legend, fought the last decades with single blade or none at all. Why? because even mastery can become a desire that owns you. He wrote in the Book of Five Rings, "Fixation is the way to death. Fluidity is the way to life." Look at the man addicted to his glory days, the high school quarterback at 45, still telling the same story in the same bar, clutching a photograph of a younger self. He desires the past. He dies inside every Friday night when the crowd no longer cheers. Or the entrepreneur who finally sells the company for millions and wakes up empty because the chase was the only thing that ever felt like meaning. He desired the future. Now the future is here, and it is hollow. Stay chained to what was or what might be, and the present will carve you apart while you look the other direction. Lesson 4. Desire makes you controllable. Musashi. Do not seek pleasure for its own sake. Governments, corporations, algorithms, they all understood this centuries before you were born. They dangle pleasure, status, comfort. You reach. They pull the string. You follow. In 1604, at age 21, Musashi could have joined any lord, collected stipends, worn silk, commanded armies. He refused every offer, slept under bridges, ate cold rice, fought for no banner but his own. Because the moment you desire their gold, their title, their validation, they own the leash. Today, the leash is invisible likes, credit scores, performance reviews, dating app matches. You refresh, you posture, you perform. You are the dog that learned to walk itself on command. Remain attached, and you will spend your life kneeling for masters who do not know your name. Lesson 5. Desire rots the spirit slowly, like rust on a blade left in rain. Musashi spent his final years in Regondo Cave, carving Buddhas into stone with a broken sword. No students allowed for months at a time. He desired nothing but the next breath and the next cut of the chisel. When Lord Hosokawa finally begged him to accept a stipend and a house, Musashi refused the house, took only enough rice to live, died in a small room with one window overlooking bamboo. No wife, no child, no regret. The man who refuses desire dies terrifyingly light. The man who feeds it dies heavy with chains no one else can see. Now see your future if you ignore this precept. You are 81. The apartment smells of old food and unwashed sheets. Your body is a prison of pain, knees that no longer bend, lungs that wheeze at stairs you once sprinted. The television drones with voices of people who never knew you existed. Your phone holds 4,000 photos, cars you owned, women you chased, parties you posted to prove you mattered. None of them call. Your children, if they came at all, carry your eyes but not your name in their hearts. They visit out of duty, leave relieved. On the bedside table sits the trophy from the one time you almost made it. Dust covers the engraving. You wanted everything. You grasped at everything. Everything slipped away. And in the quiet hours before dawn, you finally understand. All those years you thought you were hunting life. Life was not the prey. You were. There is another path. The 7-day Steel Mind Challenge begins now. Detach or die average. No excuses. No half measures. Day 1. Inventory of chains. Write down every desire currently controlling you: lust, status, comfort, revenge, validation. Be brutally specific. 1 desire per line, minimum 30 lines. Then burn the paper. Watch your masters turn to ash. Day 2. 24-hour fast from all media. No phone, no screens, no music, no podcasts. Only silence and the sound of your own thoughts. When the urge comes, check, scroll, numb, sit with the discomfort like Musashi sat with an open wound. Do not flinch. Day 3. Cold exposure and breath hold. 5-minute ice-cold shower. No escape. Then sit shirtless in the dark and hold your breath until panic screams. Hold 10 seconds longer. Desire hates the cold. Starve it. Day 4. Rejection therapy approach. 5 strangers. Ask for something unreasonable, $20. Their phone to make a call. A hug. Accept every no without reaction. Feel the sting of wanting their approval and let it pass through you like wind through bamboo. Day 5. Physical crucible. 100 burpees for time. No rest until finished. Every time you want to quit, whisper, "This is the price of wanting comfort. Finish or remain a slave." Day 6. Solitude vigil. From sunset to sunrise, no speaking, no eye contact, no human interaction. Walk the streets if you must. Sit in the dark if you stay home. Be alone with the void desire usually fills with noise. Do not run. Day 7. The Blade Letter. Write a letter to the one person whose approval you still crave. Ex, father, rival, ghost. Say everything you never said, then burn it unread. Walk away forever. Do these 7 days perfectly, and something inside you will crack open. Not with light. Do not insult me with that fantasy. With space. Cold, clean, merciless space where desire once lived. You now stand at the edge Musashi stood his entire life. One path leads back to the warm cage of wanting. The other is rain on steel, blood on snow, sunrise alone on the mountain. Choose. Comment below the single Dokkodo rule you will etch into your bones today. Write it word for word. Or close this video and accept that average is your final grave. The blade is in your hand. Cut the desire, or let it cut you.